Lady assaults bus. And then she assaults the bus driver. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so there's a couple of things I want to say about this particular video. Obviously, I know I want to discuss mental health issues. I also want to discuss the energies in which we allow around us and how it can adversely affect us. And I want to discuss just how sometimes when you're a black man and you're trying to do the right thing, it just doesn't always work out that you are doing the right thing. Well, basically, that goes for people in general, not just being a black man. So let me not say it like that, but that just goes for people in general. So the first thing I want to do is inform everybody about what actually happened before the altercation. So the young lady, she was driving her vehicle. She sideswiped a different vehicle trying to maneuver around the bus. She didn't hit the bus. Just so everybody could be clear, she did not hit the bus on the initial accident. The initial accident had her actually sideswiping a different vehicle. If you look at the passenger side of the car, when the people get off of the bus and they come down to help the bus driver, and the man backs away when the black guy comes up to, give her assistance because he thinks that she's in trouble. Well, obviously she is in trouble. Let's just be clear that obviously she is in trouble. But when the black man thinks that they're ganging up on her to cause her harm, and he comes over to help her, you can see the guy holding the camera back away. And if you look at the passenger side of the vehicle, right behind the front wheel, you see that there's damage right there. That's where I'm guessing where the side swipe happened. But that's odd because usually, or she just gets in the shit, I don't know, because usually there'll be more scraping, but there looks like there's a dent. It looks like there's a dent right there on the vehicle. I could be wrong, I don't know, but it looks like a dent to me. Anyway, so when she allegedly sideswiped the first vehicle, the bus driver actually got involved in the situation by shouting at her that she needs to get off of the road. She's a crazy driver. Upon him saying that, that's when the situation between her and the bus driver escalated. We're not actually, at least I haven't seen anywhere where they're actually sure about when the bus driver got out of the bus, why he got out of the bus, and if the comments were said to her before or after he got out of the bus. But there is a good chance that the bus driver saw the accident, got out of the bus, stood in front of her vehicle, and was actually calling the police, because he was calling the police before she hit his vehicle. It seemed like, I'm not 100% sure, but if you look at the beginning of the video, when before she goes over to get the weapon that actually did the damage to the bus. Also, she was hitting the bus with a baseball bat at first, but I guess the wood didn't do the damage that she wanted done, so he could have been calling the cops for that. Either way. Then what you see is she goes and she gets the jack or whatever she had, and she starts hitting the vehicle, and she busts up the bus, and she goes back to her car. Now, she's already committed a couple of crimes. One, that bus is worth a lot of money. Purposely damaging that vehicle, if those damages reach over $1,000, I think that's the line where something could become a felony. If it causes more than $1,000 worth of damage or not. Yes, for everybody that don't know, I think there's actually a monetary way that they can determine whether certain types of of crimes are felonies. And I believe if something causes more than $1,000 worth of damage, it could be considered a felony. For everybody that doesn't know. So that's one crime that she has committed. The second crime that we know that she committed for a fact is the vehicular assault, which they're actually charging her for. She's being charged for an assault with a vehicle, which she should be. You cannot hit people with your car. And then not only did she hit him with the car, but she then also pulled off and sped up with him on the hood. So that's another crime in which she's going to be charged for. Now, she's also going to be charged for leaving the scene of an accident, I'm going to assume, because there was an accident. The first initial sideswipe. Then there's leaving the scene of a crime. This young lady has a lot of things that she's going to have to be answering for. And a lot of this could be due to mental health issues. We have a problem in America. Mental health is a real issue in America. And a lot of people have mental health problems that have not been, properly helped or, undocumented. So they're not getting any assistance for whatever their issues might be. I was talking with somebody about this, and the first thing that came out of that individual's mouth is that she is bipolar. People, please stop assuming every time you see somebody do something that you can't rationalize that it's some kind of bipolar disorder. There are way worse mental disorders than bipolar. Okay, this is coming from somebody who's actually was dealing in the field for a while. There are way worse mental conditions than bipolar. Somebody could be slightly bipolar. Somebody could have extreme bipolar. Right? But then there's this thing called PTSD. That's often being misunderstood as bipolar. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Then there's schizophrenia. People who are schizophrenic, who suffer from that particular disorder, hear voices. All of these things are worse, and there's others, I'm not going to go into it, than a bipolar disorder. All bipolar disorder means is that an individual can be extremely happy or an individual could be extremely sad. Bipolar disorder has nothing to do with violence. There's nothing inherently violent about a person with bipolar disorder. But for some strange reason, people see someone do something that they consider to be violent, and they immediately associate it with bipolar disorder. That bipolar disorder has more to do with somebody's being extremely jovial, extremely happy, and then at other times being extremely sad, being depressed. That is basically the easiest way that I could describe what a bipolar disorder is. It is not somebody being violent. It is not somebody being difficult. All of these things are different diagnoses. Me just looking from the outside, I see a young lady that was in distress at the moment. And that's probably why she was driving so recklessly. And then when somebody stopped her, the bus driver, to try to inform her how recklessly she was driving, he used words that were trigger words, like crazy. That's a trigger word for people who are under duress, who's in stress. That can be a trigger word for somebody who is having a moment. Calling them crazy. Please, people, stop calling other people crazy. Just because you do not understand what somebody is going through, just because you don't understand what somebody is doing, that does not make them nor their actions crazy. Please stop doing that. From my point of view, it seems to me like she was triggered by those words. Now, she's most likely was going through something before that happened. And that's what caused for her to be in distress initially. Now, with all that being said, on this channel, I often talk about energy. I often talk about having the right type of energy around you. I often talk about not allowing bad energy to come into your area. trying to go away, move away from people with bad energy. Why? Because things like this happen. When you allow somebody to have dominion or to rent space in your head, that's a better way to, that's what we say nowadays, right? Rent space in your head. When you allow other people to rent space in your head and they do not mean you any good, you do things that are irrational. You can possibly do things that are outside of your character. While a lot of people are gonna look at this young lady and be upset at her and angry at her, they have a point. You should be upset and angry, but not for the reasons why people think that they should. Maybe we should be upset and we should be angry with her for not seeking the attention or help that she needed in that moment. I'm not saying that she has some long-lasting or undiagnosed mental disorder. I'm just saying in that moment she was in duress. Pardon me. She was stressed in that moment. Extremely stressed in that moment. She needed assistance. We don't all have people that we can go talk to. We don't. I'm pretty sure that there are at least 50% of the people that's listening to this video, 50% of the people that hear my voice right now, know that there's a good chance that if something really went down with them to cause them distress, they probably don't really have anybody that they can go talk to openly about it. For numerous different reasons. Before I close this video out, I want to say this. I live in a particularly weird situation, personally, myself, okay? I live in a really weird situation. Like, I'm a really likable guy. Like I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just generally a likable guy. So I'm not used to being around people who don't like me. It's odd. It feels weird. It makes me uncomfortable. I live with it. It's okay. I rent. I live in a house and I rent. And my landlord absolutely hates my guts. My landlord hates my guts so much that he's always trying to convince anybody that comes in contact with me to also hate me. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But if I allowed that energy to dominate my life, I would be doing the same thing that this lady would be doing. I would be having breakdowns. You can't allow the people who mean you harm to dominate your thoughts. You can't allow that energy to be around you. You can't allow it. I don't care what anybody else think. Let the people who mean you harm and can't get to you because you won't be friends with them. That's another thing. I make it a habit to not be friends I'm not going to say not be friends, but not to spend too much time with people who hang out with people who are my enemies. Because that's how your enemies can get to you, through other individuals. Mental health issue is a problem in America. Stop trying to make your circle bigger. Make your circle smaller. Find people that love you and that you love. Don't allow the people that don't have nothing better to do with their lives than to cause other people to be unhappy to rent space in your head. Stay away from them. We want to make sure that other people don't get caught up in what this young lady just got caught up in. And we want to make sure that if somebody might get caught up in a situation like this young lady that just got caught up in, we have the requisite skills or the requisite knowledge or even the heart and to care about another individual enough that we will try to talk them through it. Let evil be evil. But that don't mean you gotta be evil with it. Leave it down below. I want to know what you guys think about this video. I want to know what you guys think about what happened with the young lady. I want to know what you guys think about what I said. Life isn't easy, but that doesn't mean that it has to be difficult. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. #BronxBombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.